Welcome to the Neen Valley Role-Playing Association, a group of friends who like to play RPGs, role-playing games, and try and have fun. If you like the video, please like and subscribe.
We now have a merch store for our USA listeners. It can be found at www.bonfire.com/store. We will put a full link into the description below. Thank you for your support.
Hey, welcome back to East Texas University, where our students are just about to start their sophomore year of college. Still underclassmen, but definitely with some experience under their belt, both in life and in monster hunting. So we're going to go across to our team. You've met them all, and I'm going to save you this time around having to hear everybody's quick vignette, and I will instead mention them. You have Rob, who is playing Fish, or what is Fish's full name?
Charles Perch.
Absolutely. And he is a double major and a science and medical type of geek who is the bullet soaker for our particular team. We have Andy, who is played by Pete. And Andy is strangely turned into bit of the chick magnet for some reason, and is doing quite well with that. It's probably his English accent. Andy is on this team. I don't know. What did you say? The glue? The meat in the sandwich?
I know, the duct tape that keeps this dysfunctional group together.
Absolutely.
Just about.
Yes. Masquerading as a cat. Yeah. Masquerading as a cat in a hat, and with a mustache just above us. I don't know how Rob has it set up on the screen. Christine is playing Grace Whitmore, the athlete of the team, who is renowned for a lot of the things she's doing. Right now, though, she is in the middle of two-a-days, which is the intensive period before before college football starts, and for high schools as well, in which you're doing a early morning practice that runs that stops before midday, and then you've got some hours off, and then you pick back up in the evening for another full practice session. Part of it's conditioning, part of it's learning the new playbook and everything that's in it as best as possible, and is designed to work around the heat of the last couple of days of August. So classes, I think, are starting the very end of August, and that is what Grace has been doing. I think you guys have all moved back into the dorms, was the plan that was put forward last time. And so before we get started, I'm going to quickly dole out adventure cards. Not sure if we're going to use them this time, but we'll dole them out anyway. Fish. Hard to see. It says, renown. Play after completing a good deed of some import. Everyone who contributes receives a point of conviction. If not using, refresh their bennies. Okay. And then we'll give one to Grace. And hers is Hidden Stash. Haha. You haven't had this one since playing Deadlands. Your hero scrounges up mundane necessities of some sort, such as food, water, shelter, box of ammo, enough money for a room, etc. And then last, Andy. He's got extra effort. Play to add 1d6 to any trait roll. This roll may ace. All right. What I like to do first is deal with the summer. I'd like to know how you guys spent your summer. I think I'm going to start off with Grace because she even wrote stuff about her end of last semester that might be incorporated into her description, and then we'll go from there.
I did.
The cat's got your tongue. Well, you did send us a message saying that you wrote about maybe some pining that you were doing in Pinebox.
Not in Pinebox. No. No. My family's basically had me off adventuring. My father wanted to do some research for one of his many books that he's juggling. He keeps so many on the boil just in case. So we basically took a tour. We took a flight out, and then we did a road trip, kind of a little bit along from Washington up to New York and Boston, and then we took a swing in, and basically we did Niagara Falls just on the last, because my dad really wanted to see Niagara Falls.
Very good.
We basically did that sort of trip. But yeah, you're right. Grace kind of really wasn't in it at all. She's been moping. She has been texting Alvarez constantly, so much I think that he's changed his number because he doesn't seem to be responding to her anymore. And she's been messaging the professor, and she's been getting nothing back from there. But basically, her family has kept her away from Pinebox, because if she'd been round the place, she probably would have been causing havoc for the local sheriff's office, so she's tearing places up. But yeah.
So what brought this on?
Yeah, well, you see, you didn't get to the back end. You see, you asked me about the kiss last week.
Last session, yes.
Yeah, and I told you about the kiss that happened on the pitch that everybody saw.
With whom?
With Jackson. It was with Jackson, you see there. But what I didn't tell you was, you see, that he came back to apologise later after the match. And Grace didn't want to hear an apology. She wanted to find out whether or not what she'd felt in the kiss was actually, just euphoria from the game, or was it from the kiss? So she went in for a kiss herself.
Oh my.
Oh yes, she did. She went in for a kiss herself. And no, it was not the euphoria from the game. There's definitely something that boy does to her.
Something there. There's something there. Oh my.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Oh boy. But then of course she's now torn, because it's like, Jackson's dating Jenny. Yeah. So she's pushing him away and going, no. And that's when he then let her know that actually he and Jenny had split up that morning. Well, actually Jenny had dumped him that morning. So yeah, she's been seeing somebody else. So she has. Yes, she has. She has. Somebody she has dubbed as her stallion on steroids, apparently.
Fish. No.
Oh no, there's some rumor goes in there. There's some rumor goes in there. No, it's not Fish. He's let off the hook. But yeah, so basically Jackson actually tells her that he's a free agent. Which, kind of makes a bit of a difference for Grace. So that's interesting. She had actually arranged to basically, she'd said to him, now, come on, I've got finals coming up and I need to focus, and you've already done enough to throw me off balance with a fair few things, so I just need to focus. So she had made him promise that they would stay apart for 2 weeks and they would go on a date. She never got around to that date because somebody went and half-inched Jackson.
Wow.
So,
and yeah, that does explain a little bit that I had wondered about, because I know that I had wondered if you would just pick up that call, or if you would just mute it, or just not pick it up at all when he called, and you heard the shotgun go off in the background and all of that. So that explains to me why you so quickly just picked it up. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yep. There you go. But yes, and what I didn't say, what I put into the story, but we didn't actually act out, is the Fitbit that's down in the drain Grace she pinched some of Fish's fishing leg cord, and basically she went and fished it out. So she's fished that out of the drain, and she's been wearing that all summer.
Got it.
Her little memento, the only thing she has.
Wow.
Shame. See what you've done to her? She's wrecked her for the entire summer holidays.
Man. Young love and all that.
No,
How cool. So intense. Very good. All right. Let's go to Andy. Andy, what's your summer consisted of? And you can't just give me a 2-liner. Let's hear what's been going on.
Okay, so as you know, in the spring break, Andy went to a Comic-Con event.
Yes.
In Florida. He visited many panels. He bought much merchandise. He also met Vondell Scott and Miguel Cortez at the con, and they bonded over a shared love of Doctor Who.
Vondell Scott
and Miguel Cortez.
Okay. And are they local?
No, they are not.
All right.
I dropped that in. There we go. Dropped it in chat. Yeah, they met up at a Doctor Who panel. They were, amazed that Andy was from England. Couldn't believe that he didn't know David Tennant because England's such a small place.
That's perfect.
So they just hung out at the convention. They went to the Space Coast, to the Kennedy Space Center together.
Nice.
Where he had an enormous turkey leg for lunch. I couldn't believe the size of the turkey leg. And they tried out a frozen treat called Space Dots.
Oh, very good.
God.
They're so cold that vapor condenses and drops over the side of the cup, and they freeze to your tongue. But anyway, so that was spring break. But they got on so well that Vondell invites him to visit over the summer break.
Oh my!
To his place, his family's place in LA, where they live in the valley.
Oh wow!
So he spends the summer in LA. He visits the sites, goes to the planetarium, Getty Museum. They go to the beach. All the many places.
What's interesting as well is that you met Richie out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Richie's been in California for a bit. His initial little spurt of possible fame has fizzled, leaving him in the Vegas area. He moved back across to LA, where he's been now playing several gigs and sort of looking for his next big break. He's got himself a band. They're playing sort of some new wave stuff out of the past, but he's doing some interesting things, and he was just happy to see a friendly face. How'd you guys?
Now, Grace has to ask a question here.
Yep.
Because when she left Sarah was actually going out to basically join up with Richie.
Oh, that would make sense.
For a tour, to join him on, sort of wander around with him on his tour. So, was Sarah there by any chance when they met up as well? Because Sarah's been out there with him. She's been pining for a British beefcake.
Yeah.
All right. So you met up with Richie and Sarah in LA. I think that there's probably a gig in some hole in the wall that you and Vondell went to go meet up with them and probably had a great evening.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Not too bad. Trying to think if there's anything else. What about your contact with your family?
Well, as always, Andy's family's been a bit distant. They were quite happy that he was making friends of the non-dead kind.
Very good.
I've never really known quite what to do with Andy. He's always been a bit of a fey child, so they like to see that he's sort of coming out of himself and meeting up with human beings.
Excellent. Let's see. I guess another question would be, what's going on with the freshman relationship? Is it lasting over the summer? Is Evelyn still in the picture?
It all seems to be cooling off a bit with Evelyn, unfortunately.
He just doesn't get lumped with that romance, but
the pressures, exams. Exam pressures and everything else that's going on. Yeah, I think that Andy's been a bit too distant for Evelyn's comfort or needs. She just wants more attention than he can give, really.
That's fair enough. So I guess you're not surprised then when you do get the that call towards the end of summer saying, hey, as we starting up this new year, why don't we move back into the friend zone and just take it as it comes? Yeah.
No, that's mutually agreed, I would say.
That's interesting.
He's got too many hot chicks on the side.
He says, you're a wonderful person. You deserve all the attention, that I can't give you right now, etc., etc.
Got it. Once again, young love. Mm-hmm. Well, let's see here now. Who does that leave us? That leaves us with Fish. Let's hear about your summer. Grace already did.
I've got done mine.
Goober.
Okay, so
no more
how
stalling.
long's the summer break for? 4 weeks?
Well, you ended at
weeks.
The end of, a little bit more than that.
6 normally, isn't it?
Okay.
No. So you ended, if you think about it, as far as school year goes, your spring semester it ends, let's see here, I'm sorry, final day, blah, 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 blah. January, March, April. So final exams are May, like in mid-May. So you're finished up with things and packing out at the end of May. You have June, July, and you're back in school at the very end of August. So close to 3 months.
Renee and I have decided to go to her place. But there's not.
Where is that again?
I mean,
where is it?
India.
Actually, I think you have said at some point where she was from. So we'll put a pin in that and come back to where that is exactly.
It's in the notebook.
Yep, I'm pretty sure it's in the notebook somewhere.
Indiana.
It is. Fairfax, Virginia.
Oh, that's well done. See, I'm desperately trying to get to my
I'm
one
looking
note.
For it.
Yep. We
Fairfax,
did put that
Virginia,
in there.
Not Indiana. Sorry. Okay,
So.
and and she's whilst we were there, it was like, well, we just go down to the lakes or whatever, and it's sort of like.
So Fairfax, it might as well be Washington D.C.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is the same flight across.
It is just on the outside of D.C. Out past it, there are some other towns that are turning into parts of D.C. itself. However, Fairfax has its old courthouse, and it's got its Civil War heritage. It has, of course, Manassas is not too far away, where That battle took place. That's just south, and there's a whole town there. So I think there's a Civil War battleground tour you could have gone on. There's all the Smithsonian's. There's all of DC. So you didn't do much. That's probably because you chose not to do much.
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah.
Well, here's the thing. So Renee's father kind of like pulled me to one side, and he was like, "Look, you seem like a nice fella and what have you, but if things get a little bit more serious between the two, we will be calling family lawyers and setting up contracts and things like that. And you know, the usual, if you break my daughter's heart, I will kill you." To which I laughed and then saw that he was actually serious. So I said, fair enough. I tell you what, let me take her home. So I made a call to Grandmama, and before we know it, after around about a couple of weeks of being at hers, we were back in old Blighty.
Really?
Yeah, we landed. We took a nice little ride up to the house, and it was funny as a funny thing on a funny day, because her mouth just fell straight to the floor. We kind of, well, it's not kind of, we live in Cambridgeshire, and it's a estate.
Nice.
It puts her house to shame by around about 32 bedrooms and a grand ballroom, and it's in the village of Wimple. And we opened the gate through the back way, and we drove up this nice little kind of dirt track and what have you, and we spent around about 3 weeks there. I did confess to Grandmama that one of her china cups had an accident. I did say though that it was broken in transit.
Yes.
So one survived and one didn't. I thought she would be heartbroken. She wasn't. She went, "Oh, that old riffraff! I just gave it to you to take away because it was hideous in the dining room." I was like, "Fair enough." The butler took the cases on up to the rooms, and I offered, if you want to share, if you want your own, that's fine. And we didn't share. We actually stayed in our separate rooms. But there was a lot of history, a lot more than what's available in Fairfax in Virginia. And we also went into the city of London, and we did all the touristy things there. Grandmama came with, so kind of chaperoned and paid. And obviously the topic of finance, and I said, well, Grandmama believes that people would only want me for my money. So I be poor, and people believe what they see.
Okay.
Now, and Grandmama is also very tight with my pocket money.
Fair enough. Now,
yes.
Heading back to England, what things did you go to first? What were those things that you've been missing so much that you're just like, okay, I can't wait for Renee to try this. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Confectionery, without a shadow of a doubt. I don't know what it is. There's just a taste with American confectionery. It takes a lot to get used to. I did go to a Greasy Spoon, as we call it. It's a cafe in the village, and I asked for a bacon butty, but we don't do it crispy like the Americans do.
It
Oh
is
my
different.
god! Yeah, it's
Just not special.
we cook it completely differently. Renee didn't like it because the fat and the rind was a bit stringy. I didn't like it, so Perfectionary won. Bacon Buddies, no, we lost on that one.
Darn. Definitely like the buddy bread with its butter.
Yeah. Oh, also, took her into the pub as well, and she could not believe that we could have alcohol.
That's right.
Yeah,
that would
and
be
she
so
also
funny.
Didn't believe when I walked out and was drinking it outside the front of the pub, you know, and the police car actually drove past, and she was panicking, and I was like, "It's perfectly legal here." You know,
that's right.
You know, as long as you don't throw the glass or the bottle or whatever at the police car, you'll be fine. You know, and she kind of, I think she commented that the way of life over in the UK is completely different. Nobody looked down on her because of her colour, and she kind of felt free. Whereas you go to some places in America, and if you're not white, you don't belong. And they make it plainly obvious, don't they?
Probably even some places near Pinebox. Even though the university itself is a very cosmopolitan place compared. Absolutely. And I think we've heard some of those same type of comments from folks that have come over here. Go ahead.
Yeah, and she loved that. And then before we knew it, we had to get back because her father wanted her back. So we went and got the flights. Grandmama booked the flights again, and Grandmama was smitten with her as well. She thought that Renee was a lovely dear and a peach. I think her exact words were.
Very good.
You know,
awesome.
Grandpapa was not really that interested, and he was just doing his model airplanes and his trains and shit. So most of the time, but he was there for dinners, and he was, you know, he spoke to her and made her feel welcome, but he didn't get involved in a lot of things. So,
ever so proper.
Yeah, you know. And then we went back, and as I dropped her off at the door, as she closed the door, all I could hear was her squealing. About the fact that you should see his fucking house, Dad. You know, and all the rest of it. And I was like, oh shit, I've created a monster. And then I took the Paupers Transit back to Pinebox.
Very
to see
good.
if my friends had arrived back early, which they hadn't. So I spent some time with my fraternity.
Very good. They're in full planning mode for Rush Week and recruiting the next set of pledges. They also are looking at a couple of parties that they're hoping to get set up. And they're all the brothers are happy to see you back. And it turns into a group trip to the pizza barn that leads to back to the house, much celebrating your return, everybody's return, and that is where we will start to pick back up. Okay. As you are so we have not done our recap, which we usually give a Benny for those who do the recap. However, we've been doing a lot of recappery of our summer. So what I'd like to do with that is instead of throwing out a Benny, we'll simply summarize and say at the end of last semester, Grace's soccer team won the championship. We heard about the bits of tomfoolery between her and Jackson, who is the graduate assistant to their professor. So, hey, sorry, I was pulled away by a little bit of work. But the end of the scenario came up in a hurry with a phone call from Jackson. That in the background, we heard a shotgun blast, and his phone hits the floor and probably was stomped upon. There's all sorts of noises, and as it goes dead, our team rushed across town. They find that the little apartment that Jackson lived in is already a police crime scene. They managed to, with the help of their professor and their good friend in the police department, get in to see the site after the forensics folks are through. They find a particular quill that looks really crazily like some of the descriptions of this needler that has been rumored to go about on campus as the sort of boogeyman. The team then overheard a radio call that there's a sighting of this boogeyman. They rush back to the campus, beating the cops there by quite a ways. One of their known friends, I can't remember her name right now, had seen something after she was walking around campus, and it was over by the horticultural labs. They rushed across there to the old broken down one, had a big encounter with a beast. They put it down. The woman they were trying to save, thinking maybe it was Jackson who had been hauled in there, died. Well, was killed right in front of them. And then lo and behold, grenades come into place. The whole thing goes up in flames, and they ran out. And that was the climactic, dramatic end of their freshman year. And then they took their tests the next day because, they're troopers. Passing with flying colors, and we now come through the summer to their sophomore year. Before you guys get together as a group, I am going to pass something to Andy. When you go to open up your mailbox in the student union, you notice for the first time it's a little low, and you usually just sort of reach in. When you reach in, your finger touches, it feels like there's something stuck up against the wall. Like maybe they had shoved a letter in, it was just right against that wall of the little box. You wonder how long it's been there.
Okay, well, get the key and open it up.
Well, you're reaching inside, so you just can pull it out because you felt it.
Yeah.
And it's a campus-to-campus type. Actually, yeah, it is. It's a campus-to-campus type message, so there's no stamp on it. There is, it's not postage. It's like you can drop it in the local mail room for another box somewhere on campus, and it basically just gets shifted around in there. There is a stamp on it for when it was received, and it was received. As you look at it and you're thinking, it looks like the day after you guys' events with Jackson, where you went to his apartment.
The exam day.
Yes, on exam day for most of your exams. And this is what's in it.
Oh.
And in sort of old-fashioned handwriting on the back, it says PBPS. Actually, it says the PBPS. 1947.
Okay.
Below that, scrawled in a much more modern hand that some of you may recognize, and we'll see who recognizes that. It says, just a second. So I want to make sure I say this correctly and don't lie to you. It says, keep it safe, keep it secret.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
any
so
faces here we recognize?
So the envelope itself was addressed to Andy, Grace, and of course Fish's full proper name, Charles Perch. It's all your names, but yours was the top one, and that's probably why it wound up in your box. When you see your friends next, you might ask them some of these questions, and we may make some rolls.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, those faces on that photo, do I recognize any of them?
So, what I would like to know, I know one of you will for sure. I don't know if you are one of them. I think maybe, but I'd like to take it to you guys getting together.
Next time we're together, I will show them the photo and the envelope.
Okay. So you guys arrive. Let's put you. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, no, I was just going to say, don't you think that although it's black and white, the dude with that turtleneck, it's not a turtleneck, is it? It's a V-neck cardigan. No, it's not a cardigan. Oh, what do you call it? It's not a jumper. Tank top.
Hey, this is the best I could do with.
No, that's fine.
AI.
Right. So if you kind of like disheveled his hair and got it brushed to the right, okay, and put a beanie on top, I think it looks a little bit like Tomo.
Well, that's interesting. But aside from that, let's move you guys to.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at Tomo's token now.
Yeah.
I'm going, damn, he's got a point. Get a bit of stubble on there.
Come on. Okay, so yeah, we're moving on.
Moving on.
Let's catch you guys up at Mom's for your first time back there, and you guys are having some coffee and just chatting about the upcoming semester, the classes you got selected, and which we will get to at some point. But Andy, how do you broach the subject? Go ahead and do it in character so we can walk through this.
Hey guys. So I got this letter. It was at the back of my mailbox, but apparently it arrived last semester on exam day. You know, the day after Jackson went missing. But it's addressed to all three of us. Here, take a look. And over the photo.
Oh.
All right. I think
I
that
press send
Grace,
on my mobile phone, and I send a text message.
So let's all of you guys give me a roll. Let us have. What do we think? I think that we want some sort of notice roll. What are we looking for? Dang it. All of your character sheets have been buried way down far, so I couldn't even pull them up to look at them. Your skill roll for this. It's not going to be common knowledge. I still just think it's going to be a... oh, man. What do you guys want to use?
Notice is fine by me.
All right, let's do
I can
notice.
do notice as well. I was also
think
going
so.
to...
It's just... Go ahead.
So I was going to say...
You might,
I
you
was
might
also
move
going
into
to
research. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was also going to see if the smartphone can recognize anyone within the picture as well. You know, like using Google Lens.
Yeah.
You might pick
Got
up a news article or something.
If you...
But I'm going to do the notice first to see if I remember seeing anything.
Okay.
And then I'll use the phone.
So Grace notices something. Charles.
-1. God damn it.
Wow. That's interesting. And this is me burying clues behind dice rolls, which you never do. But Grace, you recognize the handwriting as Jackson's.
Why would
Not
Jackson
the
be sending-
the PBPS 1947, but the other. Keep it secret, keep it safe, and you guys' names on the front of the envelope. Now we will move to. Go ahead.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
I was going to say to like, so,
You
why would
froze for a
Jackson
second
want to?
there.
Yeah. I'm freezing a lot. Firstly, you're freezing up for me quite a lot. I think our connection's a bit crappy at the minute.
Oh,
I think all the poking that they've been doing down our cables is causing hassles. Yeah, no, I was going to say, why would Jackson be
what are your thoughts
sending us a
on
picture?
seeing that? Now everybody's frozen except for me. So Grace, what's your what does it feel like in your chest there when you see this?
There's definitely a bit of clenching there, a bit of tension, a bit. Yeah, he sent this the day after he disappeared.
Well, that's the
Stamp.
date. That's the stamp date. So he may well have posted it on the day he disappeared.
If we go back to that track where he did all those weird little trips around as if he was trying to look, see if he was being followed, we think. Did he go anywhere near a point where he could drop something into a campus box?
Well, he left campus. No, he didn't. He left the pizza.
Yeah, he left the pizza
barn.
place. Pizza barn, yep.
Um,
But then he did it's sort of kind of a weird detoury bit through some side roads that
yeah, he did, but that was all down in Pinebox. He did not get onto campus where he could have just dropped it there. No.
Okay. So when has he posted this?
Meanwhile, the lens, that Google Lens stuff that you're doing, is pulling something up from the looks like it's from the yearbooks from East Texas University. The professor appears to be a Professor Daniels, anthropology, and the others. There's looks like a Jack Little, Creighton White are the two boys. Helen Lacroix, Croix, Judith Fowler, and so there's an extra female in that picture that you're not seeing, and it suddenly rings a bell, and you place the face Nina Castle. As you guys quickly check your notes, you will remember that your
She's
very
the cross
first
lady, isn't she? She's the lady. Yeah, she's the lady in white, is she not? The lady in blonde?
Yes.
My lady in white.
Ooh.
Who were the two boys again?
Jack Little and Creighton White. And then there are three females in the picture, unlike the picture I sent
on
you.
the go. I can't hear you.
Jack Little, Creighton White. And I will put all these names really quickly. Boom.
Jack Little, Cretin White.
Creighton.
Creighton.
So
damn it.
Andy's going to take a guess and do a search for the Pinebox Paranormal Society.
Very good.
Ooh.
So go ahead and take a shot as you Google around. I like it. So instead of finding that, you do find mention of a Pinebox Protection Society.
Okay.
Headed up by Professor Daniels and some students who had a run-in with the police in the mid 48, I think, as they were implicated in a possible murder-suicide that they had been supposedly investigating. No one went to jail. Everything was fine, but you just find mention of this Pinebox Protection Society.
See if I can. I'm going to dig further into that in the university records.
Gotcha.
See if it was a
I'll lend my,
registered society.
I'll
Did
lend
they
my
have?
hack into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meetings. Are there any records?
Okay. So go ahead and give it a roll, and we'll see if I can add anything to that.
Do I? I'm just assisting, aren't I? So.
Yeah, so go ahead and make your roll, and we'll see what that does for his roll. I'm not so hot on the way that assistance works in Savage Worlds. We'll have to think about it, because many times, I mean, if you're going to pass your roll, then so what's the point unless you're trying
Why not
to
just yeah.
As opposed to like D&D where you just say you're helping and you add advantage or whatever. That's nice. Good. So right now, he's got a raise.
Yeah.
So
let's just say you did research. Let's just say you were using hacking.
Yeah.
Get into the ETU servers.
Just for jollies.
Yeah.
Let's say he adds 2 to your roll.
Okay.
1 for his success, 2 for his raise, and then
you see what?
Okay.
Pointless.
And then you're like,
yeah.
Now the way that it does the way that it does work here though is that for instance his hacking might not necessarily have done the research. So he would be, what we would say is, you offer hacking. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to answer the question, but I'll let it be a help. So in this situation, but we'll say you guys have got a raise on this.
So Andy's kind of directing me and I'm kind of doing the bits and pieces, but and then ultimately I get to where we need and Andy then compiles all the information.
Absolutely. So let me see here. Oh, that's where I wanted to jump. I have to, before I answer this for you, I'm going to okay. I'm sorry. Hopefully Rob will cut down some of the time as I quickly look at this and say there are a couple of mentions that you find. You find that there's mention once again in the police reports that they were found. They were in the area of where the burn appeared. And then there is another note that is in the back of one of the yearbooks. I think it was 1948. It's a note, and it's from Professor Daniels. It says, from Professor Daniels to the EBPS. Well done. May the convergence never happen again.
Okay, and when was that? Which yearbook was that?
that was, let me find and make sure, because I do not want to screw that up and have to fix that for you. Okay, we're going to call it 1948.
Interesting. The convergence.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if that's anything related to what the aliens were saying.
Yes, I'm wondering that too. I wonder if we did any research on convergence in 1948, if we'd find anything.
Yeah.
Or even maybe 1947. You know, you never know. It might have tipped back a year.
Let's do some more research around that one.
Okay, so I'm going to do a quick
Paranormal sources, that sort of thing.
Did I do that right? What do you? I'm sorry. What is it again? You're looking at
the convergence. And 1948. Or 1947, 48.
Okay.
And 49?
Well, no, because that would be after the yearbook was published.
Yeah.
So.
He's written the note in the 1948 yearbook, so
yeah,
you've got to assume it's that year or before, but not after.
Okay.
Got it. Okay, so you don't find. Well, actually, I'm going to ask for the roll as you do, as I'm doing a desperate move to do some other little things. Go ahead. And what'd you get?
Did not. Oh, repair. Why did I roll repair? No, it would not be right.
Okay.
There we go. Ooh, 14. We got a double rollover.
Brilliant.
So that is 2 raises. 2 raises.
No, more than
Very
that.
good.
4, 8, 12. That's going to be
so
3.
4 is a success. 8 is a raise. 12 is another raise.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you
Sorry,
find
my maths is completely wrong today.
You find a note in a outside newspaper that talks about convergence in the same year. There is a sort of a snake handling type cult that has moved to the edge of Pinebox because they're there for the convergence. They're called the Chosen. However, there's not much more mention of that. However, you do find this article, or the little scrap thereof.
Oh my God.
And you may or may not be able to see that almost at all. I'm clicking if you blow it up.
Yeah.
But that's...
Oh, there we go. Right.
Of course, it does not have the data on there on purpose because I'm supposed to be able to place it where I want to, but it is in 1948.
What have you done?
The Department of Agriculture has not announced the results of an investigation. Okay, interesting.
Christine?
When they arrived, they found several officials from 2 federal offices already on hand.
Fish?
The article is in my OneNote under today's date. If you wish to use it for your writing.
Base 10. Or base X in Roman numerals.
So, you guys have found out some interesting things.
And
So-
what was that?
That still
Was
doesn't-
that dated?
That's dated. It's I'm gonna say end of May 1948. So you could pick a date in there that is a weekend date.
Sorry, what was that day again?
It would have been a Saturday at the end of May 1948.
1948. Okay. And when would the book have been published? When are they typically published?
They tend to be available and ready for you to take away at the end of your year. So they're published in the last month thereof. So as far as the yearbook, that particular article you found was just in a collection of cutouts from local newspapers that had been uploaded and was in one of the library locally. There's not a lot you can get from where that came from besides, yeah.
But that would have been published after Professor Daniels would have written the note in the yearbook.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Or about, it would have been out right about that time period, actually. If you think about it, no. It would have been out and available right about that time frame, because that's the very end of the school year.
Okay. All right.
So it could have been right about the same time or a little earlier, a little after.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do a little bit of research into Professor Daniels. What happened to him?
He continued to teach at the school. I'm just go ahead and give it to you.
Yeah.
For the next several years. He retired in the 60s and lived on for 20-ish, well, not 20 more years, another decade or so, and finally passed there in Pinebox.
Survived by any family?
Yes. He was survived by a wife, 2 daughters. You've got some names for them, which I don't have yet. If you sort of research on down, you think one of them lives, one of the daughters continues to survive in Houston. The rest have passed.
Right. What about the others?
We should give her a name because that is an angle for. We'll call her. Oh, let's see here. I think she's Jenny. Let's see, McMahon.
Dean? Mr. Dean, sir?
Yes.
I'm having a bit of a thing with the timeline. Sorry to do a...
Please. Please, because I can get off on that too in a hurry.
Right, so just to help my head get round this, we did our exam. We got a call from Jackson.
Nope.
Then we went on summer break.
No. We had the football match. Then we had a day or so. Then we got the call from Jackson. And we found him disappeared, and we had the fight with the needler. And then the following day, we had our exams.
And then we went on summer break.
And then we went on summer break, yeah.
And Jackson's still not being found?
No.
So it's been over 2 months.
3 months. Nearly 3 months.
Yeah.
Pinebox police have not been doing their job. That's why Grace has been texting Alvarez nearly every single day.
She's going spare.
Yeah. And now she really wants to know why he seems to have sent something the day after he disappeared.
Now, as Andy said,
she wants the logic on that one.
could have sent it prior. Andy says, which is a little bit of a downer, because you were hoping maybe that this was a sign of
being out there somewhere in hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's hoping.
So it doesn't quite say that, but it does at least give you maybe some false hope. I don't know.
Right. Okay.
So you're sitting there in Mom's. I can let you have a little more conversation if you'd like about all the things that are going on in town.
Just a quick one. Anything about the history of Jack Little, Creighton White, Helen Lacroix, Judith Fowler, and Nina Castle that would be out of the ordinary? You know, sudden death, went missing.
Well, we know there's a sudden death for Nina Castle.
At least, yeah, we know that one. Yeah,
you know that one.
We know that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And let me see here. So sadly, once again, I'm not as prepared as I would like to be. But as we continue, I'm going to keep reading here, and I'll circle back and give you what I can about the fate of those students. Let's see. We know that Jack went missing.
Okay.
And roughly in the end of 1948, into the summer time frame, not sure exactly when. She looked through it. Helen lived her life out in looks like in Dallas area. There's a date of death in her late 70s. Nina, of course, died in a tragic accident.
Yep.
They're at the school. And I want to say that the others...
Got Judith, Creighton White and Judith Fowler.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Ye gads. Looks like they died.
Okay.
Looks like they died at the end of that 1948 as well. So all of them passed.
Except for
Helen Lacroix, who lived out her life.
And Professor Daniels.
Yes.
Because he lived on. Yeah. So 2 of them lived on.
Yep.
3 died. And 48. I don't know when did Nina Castle die? She wasn't 48, was she? She was later than that. I can't remember when it was.
Yep. We're going to call it right about that. I'm not sure what the
I can't remember.
Date says, but that is... Yep.
Yes.
Hey, interesting. I'm wondering if we go to... where are we? Houston? And visit Jenny McMahon. Was it Houston?
Helen... Oh, yeah. Jenny McMahon lives in Houston. Apparently still alive.
Yeah. Wonder if she's got any of her father's notes, files.
That is a thought and a means of investigating. However, put a quick pin in that, and I'd like to ask you guys a little bit about this semester. Which class are you excited?
1950s.
Sorry, go ahead.
1950. Yeah, Nina Castle was the 1950s. So it's sometime during the 50s that she was.
Right.
So sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
hang on. If she was a student in 1948.
So
well, it could have been early 50s.
we could have crossed.
Could be,
let me. 50s, so I'm gonna amend because we do have that as canon that it was the 50s for that. So early 50s, 51, 52. Yeah. So if these guys were freshmen in 47, so let's go ahead and instead move the events of the passing of the different folks to 52 when they would have been seniors. Fair enough?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I apologize for having to amend that fiction, but that will catch our timelines correct and keep some of us sane.
You mean the Cat in the Hat? Yeah. Trying to link everything together.
I mean, we are trying to keep our world here as the seams together as best we can, and sometimes it does require slight amendments, and that would make more sense. But that also means that the picture that is in that book would have been further back, and I'm going to go ahead and leave that at 1948, and not like right when.
47.
Yeah, it's not 47. Yeah. So 47, yeah, perfect. 47. There we go.
So we've got the photo in 1947.
No, so the photo says 47. The note in the book would have been in 52.
52.
Saying about the convergence.
Okay.
Okay.
And the wildfire would be 52 as well.
Yes. So everything starts to point at that rough time frame.
Yeah. Okay.
The senior year of the PBPS students.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Have we got any more on these snake handling the chosen people? Calling themselves the chosen?
Evidently, there's still remnants of this group in little towns and different places in Texas. But there's none here right in Pinebox. But if you see them all show up again, maybe that'll be something to think about. Can't wait to see how you write this up, because I'm going to put this together and use it as canon. Great.
I foresee much swearing coming from the dining room later this week.
That's perfect. Yes. So if you take the notes now, maybe it'll help you, so you won't have to.
I always take notes, and that's why basically I refer back from the video, which I'm then trying to listen to, the written out text that we've actually spoken, and my notes, and try and make them all gel together. Yeah. The student paper has a big article about the missing Jackson Green, well-loved student assistant or teacher's assistant. He taught several classes on the anthropology and history for his professors that were working his graduate degree. And there's a couple of details that about his apartment, and that it was ransacked, and that he's gone missing. There's not a gratuitous mention of all the blood. There's no mention of anything supernatural, but it does make the student paper. Okay.
Hey.
Have we seen Alvarez or Professor Glenn Mack at all?
You can. So I'd say first off, you see Glenn Mack because he's prepping for classes and stuff like that. I think you guys all share a anthropology of linguistics in South America course with him. Where you're going to be studying the symbolism of the Quechua language Go ahead.
Is there any mention of the dilapidated greenhouse being blown up?
Oh, yes. That's its own article, that there is a gas leak in the that particular greenhouse. It was long known to should have been condemned. The school was very pleased that no one was injured. Blah, blah.
So what happened to the corpse?
So the woman that was inside it, the corpse
there's no mention of that. However, you do get to talk to Alvarez later on as he swings by the campus in his unmarked car that looks exactly like an unmarked car, so everyone would go, hey, there's a cop in an unmarked car. And he's sort of leaning against it as you guys are walking by, and he waves you over. Grace, gotten all your texts. Sorry to tell you, we've got nothing new. It's like you fell off the face of the earth. The cat just shrank on screen. So, Fish, Andy, good summers? Everything good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see if this semester proves maybe this year, not just semester. Let's hope this whole year. Let's hope the rest of your college career goes a little more smoothly than this freshman year. Seems like you guys are always poking your noses into interesting things. Says
So
I've got a new.
Have you had any luck with the 3 vehicles that followed Jackson out to the Pinebox Pizza?
They, all of those we've traced down, and the only one we couldn't find is that white van. The license plate on that was fake. Really shouldn't be giving you that information, but anyway. So beware white vans.
When are you going to start hiring us as consultants?
Says, well, who knows? You guys have been detectives in your own right, that's for sure.
And do we know who the woman was who was killed in the greenhouse?
I know you guys mentioned that to me, but there was no body found.
They must have looped back then, and after the fire was less.
Well, we've not just mentioned it to him. We've shown him the video.
Yeah, he says, yeah, I've seen it.
She was in there. She was.
I don't know what to tell you. It is. I did sort of poke around. She seemed to be wearing a lab jacket.
Yeah.
You know, at least it made me think of that. We got some. You know, edge of town. There's some pharmaceutical companies, a couple of different ones that have popped up out past the hospital. None of them seem to have any employees that fit the description.
You know where we went catfishing at the top of the river.
Yeah.
At the top of the river, there's a secure area.
Yep. Base X, as I like to call it. Yep.
Yeah. What's all that about? Is it manned? Is it unmanned?
I think that there's a token group that sort of keeps it in mothballs. Okay. I don't even know what it was used for. But I do know that. What was the name of that company that went out there to is going to be doing some cleanup for some radioactive possible mess?
The
I
Love
think
Heart Foundation.
Yeah, the Sweetheart Foundation. Sweetheart Foundation.
It actually was a different company that.
It was one of their some companies. Yeah.
Right.
So I suppose they probably have some people out there.
Is it
US
federal
government.
or is it county?
It's federal. It's federal.
And did you reach out
I don't have
to the
any.
FBI?
Yeah, FBI if they needed to go out there and do anything, but you'd have to have a pretty decent reason.
Well, what if Jackson's there?
I'd really like to know how we would prove that to get a warrant. What good suspicion do we have? Look, you guys
that went that way.
Guys did mention that helicopter.
Dodgy cars. Only one can be traced, and that seems to have an illegal. But the others would have had a legal license plate, but you haven't been able to trace those. It's like the department can't trace those. And then the special ops that threw in 3 frigging grenades, nearly killed me and Andy, and incinerated the woman. And there's no woman, there's no needler, there's no corpse, there's no bones, there's nothing. And they fled through the woods with us on their tails, and then they all jumped into a helicopter, and they looked like they were slightly armed to the eyeballs. Station X or Base X, and then I mean, come on, we don't have to play Yahtzee, do we?
Fair enough. You kids keep clear of that. That sounds pretty dang dangerous. Look, I'll swing out there and see if I can figure out who their head of security is and act like I need to talk to them. And figure some things out. I'll circle back with you guys on that.
I have a question.
Okay.
Thinking back, looking back at the video, we saw a dot of light on her forehead.
Yes, you mentioned that.
Sorry, I'm not talking to.
Oh, okay, you're not. You're talking.
No,
okay.
sorry, I'm talking out of character. Mm-hmm. Well, amongst the group, was that like from a laser sight? Do we think, or was that coming from actually inside her head?
Ooh.
This is a question I asked here earlier. This is one of the ones I asked him, which was,
Yeah, before her head crumpled in with the bullet shot through, that was probably a laser sight.
It was a laser sight, okay.
Yeah, you're pretty sure.
Sorry, if you asked that earlier, I missed it.
No. I just may not have described it as well.
Okay.
That's definitely an impression. Sorry. That's definitely the impression that I got. It was laser sight before being shot.
Yes, that is a move we learned at Chaosium Con for when you're going to speak out of character. They had like a hand sign, and for of course Call of Cthulhu, it's the tentacles. So, so they're like,
But then that leads me to question: if they're special ops, they can't be that good if they need a bloody laser sight to go penetrate through glass. I mean, any marksman would have been able to do that.
You take every advantage, Fish.
I gotta say, using a laser sight through glass seems like a bad idea to me.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Well, some of the panes were broken.
The laser will refract through the glass. And
it's old. It's an old greenhouse. The glass isn't that great in there. It's blown.
I mean, if you think about it, I think it was literally
maybe it was through one of the chinks
laser
in the glass.
pointer.
I don't know.
Shot the bullet through the skull, and then thud, literally straight after the shot. And then we ran because Andy said grenade, and we just pegged it in two different directions. Oh no, we pegged it in the same direction, didn't we, Andy? And then the greenhouse goes up in smoke, and then they're seen running to the tree line, but we didn't see them when we came up on the outside edge of the greenhouse. So that either means that they were in cover in the tree line, coming in, but waited for us to get in there. I don't know. It's all just a little bit weird.
Very good.
And just a little aside here, out of story note here. When you get to the one note where the grenade happens, look off to the side. There's a really interesting little true story for you there. Okay? About
We'll do that.
Hand grenades.
We will do that. I like that. So we do have one class that you are taking, the Anthropology of Linguistics in South America. So you guys can add that to your list. What class are you taking that is your least favorite of the ones you have this semester? You can come up with whatever class it is. Go ahead.
Well, if nobody else minds, it all depends on whether that Donovan Horn is still there.
Oh my gosh, I have way too much fun with that. How could I not have fish forced into a course that...
Then it's English.
So you actually took a technical writing course specifically for writing tech manuals and things like that. You thought, I am good to go. And lo and behold, the teacher bowed out and Donovan Horn has had to take over the course. So not only does he not know the material, he is, yeah. So now he's got you writing tech manual stuff, and I think that's going to be awesome. Technical writing with Professor Donovan Horn. Yeah, that is definitely your least favorite course, and the amount of writing he's added on is awesome.
I think I actually need to have a sit-down meeting with the dean to find out how many students have fallen below their expected grades because they've had him as a professor.
Yeah, good question. There's always the online teacher rating sites that are out there, just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it pisses me off, that's
Grace,
where I'm going to go.
Talk to me about your least favorite course, Grace.
Well, I mean, it's kind of my least favourite course, but not my least favourite course in many ways. Because it's biology, and I love biology. And, that's why I'm going into sort of where I'm going, what direction.
Mm-hmm. Exercise science and all that. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, but the teacher, like fish, Dr. Sarit.
Sweet.
Oh, God. He's just got this monotone voice. I mean, he's put fish to sleep in one of his classes, and you can't put fish to sleep. He's an insomniac, but the guy is just monotone in his presentation of his coursework, and it's just I have to record everything we go and see from this guy because I know I might fall asleep in his class. So. Yeah,
absolutely.
And he's got a real downer as well on the athletics side of things, and he makes snide comments to me about that I could do better. Last semester he sort of said to me, he said, I think it was something along the lines of, you've got so much to offer the world, more than just being a ball kicker.
Ooh.
It's like, ooh.
Yeah,
that was after we
I'm
won
sure
the
that
state
went
championship.
over very well.
Yeah.
And not only that, but in most of the classes where I'm in there, he turns the heating up. So it's really warm in the room.
Yeah.
And of course, his voice and the heat and yeah. And then it's the students' fault for not staying awake. It's like, Jesus, at least, I mean, this is the only good thing about Donovan Horn. He doesn't have the heating on unless it's really freaking cold. He's got the aircon on, so it's actually colder than it should be, so that we all stay awake because he loves to torture us.
Very, very good. Awesome.
Andy's lucky.
So I am.
He doesn't have any subjects that he hates. He loves all of them because they're all female teachers and they all love him.
History of psych. That's his.
Ooh, history of.
History of psych. That's his bugbear.
And you know now that they're holding off on giving this professor, and we'll get a name for him, is holding off on assigning the final paper because he knows you could probably knock it out right now. It's probably going to be just some basic research paper about one of these historical figures. Mm-hmm. But by not assigning it right now and holding off on the list of the ones that you're allowed to do, he's going to compress it at the end of course, and you're only going to have like 3 weeks to get it done. Instead of just putting it right out there at the very beginning, and so that's irritating.
So dragging this whole thing on and on and on to justify an entire year's worth of lectures.
Yeah. How do you spell Surrett? Please put that in the chat, Christine.
Wanker.
Very good. I'll just do that.
That gets around the profanity rules on YouTube.
It's in the OneNote.
Oh no, Surette? I don't know.
He's actually from the book. He is actually a.
Oh, he's in the book.
Yeah,
Doctor
Surrett, Sureet.
EET.
Professor of biology. He is actually
brilliant
in the ETU book.
That guy right there.
Oh God. That's him.
That's him.
That's
sure
him.
Enough.
That's the fella.
Now he looks like the guy who played Evan Almighty.
Yeah.
The comedian.
Ready to sample.
I can't remember his name.
Pure green.
So for those of you that are listening to this, you missed the fact that during that short conversation, I was able to use my paid Shutterstock AI to build a beautiful picture of this guy, throw it into Roll20, and kick it up as a handout for the team, all within that short amount of time. Neat things you can do for GMing for your players with a lot of the modern tools that are out there. Notice that I do use paid for AI, so I am not being quite as rude to all the wonderful artists who are out there that I do wish to support as much as I can. All right. Andy, you talked about your least favorite class. We've gone through least favorite classes. What I'd like to ask Andy, and what I'm going to do, Andy, and this is definitely not worth it, but I'm going to do it. Crap. And I'm doing it anyway. Oh, no. I was trying to... Here we go. You see that you just got a Benny. Where are you on campus, and what time of day is it that you feel that sting in the back of your neck? Like a insect bite.
I'm going to say he's walking between classes. He's probably going through the quad.
Very good.
So
what time?
Mid-afternoon.
Mid-afternoon. You almost hear an angry hornet sound right before you get a pinprick feel in the back of your neck that you can swat at immediately, and you brush something hard off the back of your neck that tumbles to the grass.
I'm going to pick it up. All
right. First, I need a notice roll to find it, because it is in the grass and it's small, and you're sort of looking around. You find it immediately. It is a small dart.
Okay, I'm going to take a picture of it and send it to Fish and Grace immediately before I fall unconscious.
Brilliant.
Just
And
got hit with this.
And that's what you're expecting. Because it does seem like there may have been a small vialish thing on the back. This was a delivery system. And as you look around, I mean, no one on campus is acting weird. And you're sort of standing there looking around the quad. You feel a flush of heat in your system. You feel a sweat come to your brow. You belch.
Fart.
Yeah. No, I was going to do that to you because then Fish would have laughed. You know, I've got to save those jokes for the really good times. You know, any fart jokes. But nothing else seems to happen. What do you guys do when you see this text come through with the image?
I'm going to text back immediately. Where are you?
In the quad.
I'll be heading down there.
Yep, you guys are not in class, so you can move across if you so choose. Fish?
He's too busy with Rana. He's not seen the text.
Yeah.
No. I've seen the
They're
text.
working on a robotics miniaturization.
He just sees
project.
dot as Fish is typing something, deleting it, typing something, deleting it. And then you just get a simple, where are you?
He's already answered
In
that.
the quad. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if you did it on a group or whether you
Yeah,
sent
we do
them
it
individually.
Group WhatsApp,
Group,
probably.
right? Okay.
Okay, good. So that saves
Oh,
you
and in
the...
that case, I would have dotted and then deleted and then gone. Evelyn getting her own back? Question mark.
Yeah, don't think so. Okay, so
Right,
How
and
long
I'll
does it
run
take
over.
to get there?
Oh, you're there within about less than 10 minutes, both
Yeah.
of you.
Okay, is he still? He's still upright.
Yeah.
Does he look flushed?
He looks a little sweaty, like he's gone for a run, but otherwise he looks fit as a fiddle.
Okay, who do we know?
Inspect the area where the it went in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a small wound. It looks very much like an insect bite, in that there is a entry wound that is very, very, very small, and then there is a bit of bulbed out skin where whatever is underneath the skin, but is already rapidly diffusing. Looking at the dart itself, it is really minuscule. Whatever was in the back portion of it, which is a clear, possibly glass, the residue that's within there is, there's just a minuscule amount of this residue that's still in there. And it looks sort of rust colored. The little flecks of droplets that are in there, as you sort of are using your cell phones to sort of zoom in and get even a better look at it. The needle is tiny, and the fins on the side that would have kept it stable in flight look like they're made of paper, that they're just so thin and small. You've never seen anything quite like it.
Have we got? Can we come up with any guess as to how far we think this thing was shot? Which direction did it come from, Andy? Can you do, where were you facing?
I was walking this way.
Right.
Okay.
From behind you. Okay.
So it hit me from behind, so somewhere over there.
So tracking back. What are we seeing?
Anthony.
Yo.
Does the university have an RF spectrum analyzer to hand?
Oh, what?
An RF spectrum analyzer. It's like a multimeter.
Sure, in the engineering department.
Okay, I say to Andy.
I mean, for examining the RF, the radio frequency spectrum, the spectrometer, for looking for what signals are in the electromagnetic frequency, electromagnetic spectrum. There's a RF.
Okay,
I mean,
let's go to the
so in the quad
engineering department.
Sorry. Have you arrived? I didn't think you were turning up.
Yeah.
No, he did.
Yeah, I said I was on my way, and we were told that we got there about 10 minutes. I turned up roughly the same time as Grace.
To the best of your knowledge, as you were sort of right about here in this area in the quad, well, I think that you're walking across towards you're walking to the west. The shot could have come from between these buildings over in the parking lot area, but by the time you've thought of that, if there was something all the way that direction, it's probably long gone. You can give me a notice roll -2 to as you're thinking back, trying to think, did I see anything? Is that it? There we go.
Yep.
As you are sort of trying, your eyes closed, trying to remember what did I see as I was sort of looking around. You may or may not have seen a white van amongst all the vehicles running across the road down here, but that doesn't mean a heck of a lot to you. But you're just like, you're trying to put things together. You're maybe even making things up in your head, you feel.
Okay. How many video surveillance cameras are there on campus?
Not nearly as many as you would expect, like anywhere in the UK. There are quite a few that are around the entrances and exits of the dorms, so people coming in and out. There are some that are located internally. Well, there's most of the...
27's a dormitory, 30 is Linda Kirchman Tower. Is that a dorm?
So there is the possibility that there's some of that. There's not like out over the parking lot. You would sort of think that.
What about the football pitch? Anything from the soccer pitch across?
No.
Okay.
You can look. So you're gonna have to go access it and that type of thing. But yes, there is the possibility that either of those dorms might have something off the back, or we can give Fish just a amazing hacking roll and see if he can just do it off of his phone right now.
What about Stanbury Hall?
Sorry?
Number 32, Stanbury Hall. There's an entrance that comes out straight into the parking lot. Number 32 here.
I can't
Would that
remember
have a
what that is
security camera
immediately.
at the entrance?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. So go ahead.
Okay.
If there was a vehicle, we can check to see if there was a vehicle going past. There might be a camera at the entrance to the campus, maybe, that he would have had to go past.
Okay.
Or number
Can I
6,
have
the
the
OG
needle?
archive.
Okay.
Can I have the needle,
So, like,
Andy?
Sorry.
What was that?
What's he saying?
You want the dart?
The dart, yeah. Can I have the dart?
Okay, you can have a look, yeah.
Okay. I know I can't squeeze it, but I'm going to try and get a bit of the liquid at the end on my finger, and then I'm going to have a taste.
What the? There's a tiny bit of liquid and you're going to waste it by sticking it in your fucking mouth.
It's only at the end of the
He stops
needle,
you.
yeah.
I'm going to stop you doing it. We need to get that stuff analysed. That's
Just
been
put
injected
them all
into
up
me.
in the top of the thing.
No, just no.
Jesus
You can tell
Christ.
he's. And by the way, he does seem. This is not necessarily completely Andy, but it is Andy. But he seems still more agitated.
Okay,
Yeah,
are
I've
we
just been
at building
injected with
19
an
yet?
unknown, possibly lethal substance.
It
And
was
he's
lethal, you'd be
belching.
dead.
Go on, keep belching.
Go on, keep farting as well.
Okay.
It'll be fine. If it was absolutely
So-
lethal, you'd be dead already.
Give me a hacking. Give me that hacking.
Are we at building 19 yet?
Sure.
Okay.
Is there any chance it could have been a delivery system to have put a tracker or something inside you?
And
Well, that's
now
also
you're on
got
my
to
wavelength.
We
There's
don't
the
know.
spectrum analyzer. Power it up and put it on the back of your neck. Let's see if there's something that's been introduced into your body first.
Okay.
Okay. It's
Now,
dead easy to
we're
use.
talking. Now we've got some ideas. I mean, we could also analyse the.
Oh,
the-
that's
the
in the
dart
other.
itself
That's in the other
with the-
building.
with the
But yeah, we'll
fluid.
go there next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Whilst they're doing that, I'll get on with the hacking.
All right. Give me a quick hack.
Too many windows.
It's
I'm
not
not
a quick
giving you-
hack.
I'm not giving you any pluses, but I'll.
Come on, hack him.
Okay,
There
that's
it is.
successful. That's successful. So, as you sort of are looking through the different ones, just sort of scanning the last couple of minutes, the different ones that you sort of pulled up and have gotten into, you can see, yep, there's a white van. Guy gets out of it. He's got, it looks like surveying equipment. He walks over, and you lose him in different ones, but you can see him just barely off the 32 camera. It's standing right about here. He looks like he's doing a quick little look with the survey
I
thing.
didn't see anything
And-
pinged when you said here.
in between 27 and 30.
Okay, you've got a weird map. You've replaced
'cause
the
you
map
put a
with
different
the.
map up.
It's got
You-
Mickey.
You put up the pine box, the whole pine box.
I
map. There we go.
apologize,
There we go.
and I am all on this. So 32. If you're looking down, it would be
nothing.
about here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So where you set up looks like a little bit of a survey tool. He's only there for a minute or two.
Mm-hmm.
What's he wearing?
The van was there for a while.
Okay.
He gets out of the van, goes there. He's wearing a white set of overalls, and it looks like he's got a baseball cap on, pulled down low. And you can see he's got sunglasses.
I take stills.
Everything you
I
can.
shout over.
So it looks like he just looks across there for a minute, and then he gets in the van leaves.
Right. So
Did he
I
get in
asked
the
Andy-
passenger side or did he get in the passenger side or the driver's side?
He got into the rear compartment,
So somebody was driving him.
and it goes down this street It goes across here,
I'm not far enough to zoom out.
though that's about where you start to lose it.
Can we get a view of the driver?
There's a man with a it looks like a COVID mask from back in the day, and sunglasses, and a nondescript solid blue baseball cap.
Okay.
Take stills of the. Have we got a picture of the driver, the license plate on that van, by the way?
Yes, you do.
I think we need those images across to Alvarez.
Fake license plate, probably.
Yeah, more than likely.
Okay, I mean, is there any way that we can follow this van through traffic cameras, that kind of thing? See where it went?
I'll give me one more roll on that, Fish.
Okay, I'll do that in a second.
As you're trying to work that through town. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I missed him. My bad.
Okay.
I was trying to do two things at once.
So I need to ask Andy to repeat the direction that he was going in when he got hit.
West.
Yeah, facing west.
So you were
He was
facing
heading towards
west.
He was heading towards buildings 5 and 14.
Yeah,
that area. Mm-hmm.
Shot from behind from about there. From the look of it.
Yep.
I was heading over this way.
Right. Do we know if this is to the Dean? Do we know if Building 14 has a security camera?
Yep, and you can get all of those.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so I jump onto Building 14 security camera, play it back. Do I get a better angle on the shooter between Building 27 and 30?
No. It's pointed just sort of straight out the front. Nothing
Right,
there.
in which case, my next question is, Building 24, it's got an entranceway here between Building 24 and 11. Can I see the white van come around the bend? So basically, can I see it when it gets to there? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I see the driver?
As I described before.
Yeah. So I take a still.
Mask, sunglasses.
That's fine, as long as I can see him, so I can document it.
Yep.
So I take a still. Right. The next thing is here, Building 15. Is there a security camera on the wide entranceway to Building 15? I'm assuming the van is going to take a left down the road.
It does.
Right.
Yes.
Now, I believe the Americans have license plates on the rear only.
Nope. Depends on the state. I think I want to say Texas has front and back.
Okay. In that case, also at Building 24, I want to take a still of the license plate.
Gotcha. It's the same one that you saw before.
And then whilst it's driving away, I want to take a still of the rear to see if it's got a license plate.
No,
and
but
is there any unusual
hang on.
markings?
You were getting some information there. But yes.
There is a scrape on the back of the left-hand door. It's got two doors that would open out.
Yeah.
And there's a scrape on there that could possibly use for identification.
Okay. Any rust marks down at the bottom half? No. Right, okay. I think that's all we're going to get.
Actually, I have a question. So while you're doing that, I'm going to go over to the car park.
Okay.
See if I can find where the van was parked.
And I'm staying beside Andy. I'm not letting him go anywhere without somebody with him.
See
Just in case he suddenly collapses or something happens.
Anything left where the van was that might be useful. Like mud trace, something that they brought with them and left behind.
On the wheels, yeah.
So I'll give you a roll, but I'm telling you now, there's not much there. But if you like roll something ridiculous, I'll make something up. Because at this point, so I mean, it's good, but there's just you think you're at the right parking spot from what Fish was saying. You're looking at it, and
I mean, the van's been there for a while. Maybe the driver smoked.
Yeah, well, there's some drips of coolant. There's some drips of coolant on, well, maybe not coolant, but like where a vehicle had its air conditioning on and the condensation went on the ground, but that's rapidly dried. There's not that. These guys didn't leave that.
They're professionals.
The last you see of this thing was going down this road over here, Fish.
Oh, I help.
And then Perch hacks very well.
Yeah. So heading towards Pinebox.
Yep. So what I'll give Charles Perch Fish as I move across to this map is as you pick the van back up going through town and it turns, you pick up at a stoplight camera here, it turning to the west, and then you lose it as it goes out of town that direction.
What is out that way? Is that where these companies are that set up out of town?
Pharmaceutical companies.
What? How could you guys possibly leap to that just because I mentioned pharmaceutical companies earlier on in the game, and then you get a dart put into you? I have no idea why you would possibly jump that direction. However, yes.
I've also got another theory that I have. These theories.
Okay.
Of course, somebody was tromping through and researching the Sweetheart Foundation.
Okay.
And maybe that's why he's the only person that's of the three of us that's been attacked. Maybe he wasn't as tidy in his steps as he thinks he was. And they've tracked down the fact that it was you that was doing all this research into them.
All right. So I'm going to ask for a brief break as I need to hit. Yeah, hey, look at that. Our timing is immaculate. Yeah. We will all relieve ourselves and come back for the conclusion of this episode. Hey, welcome back from our short break. We have a lot of investigation going on to try and determine what has happened to Andy. I think that I'm going to summarize for you that as far as RF, you're not picking up any spikes of frequencies. And so you don't think there's a tracker that is at least emitting at the moment. If there were something there that was passive and then could be later tickled to provide a location, so be it. However, you're not seeing that. You're also on the dart itself. It appears to not have that. Looking at it under a more microscopic look at it, it definitely looks like very teeny needle, hair-like. The delivery amount that was there, whatever it was, is very little. It's very possible that what is in the vial is back blow of blood from Andy, because it looks like blood.
Hey.
He's been injected with werewolf blood.
Never know.
Vampire blood, probably.
Man, you guys are so suspicious. I don't know why.
Oh, God, yeah.
Very, very good.
Okay.
So those are the main things you find. Go ahead.
Do we have a?
Who do you report this to, or do you?
Glenn Mack. No one else would. I mean, I wouldn't have thought the authorities would be.
In his office, his little dog leans across out of his lap across the table and sniffs at it. And he goes, oh, no, stop. And he pulls his dog back, who's trying to sniff at this little dart that's sitting on his table. This is so he's struggling with the concept of one of the students just being shot with something like this. He says, I'll call Alvarez, and then I'm going to call in a couple of favors in the medical department and see if we can figure out anything about what this is. In the meantime, I suggest you go to the clinic and go get yourself a full checkup. He says, look, your student insurance is good. Just go to the hospital, say you've been stung, and ask for a battery of tests for Zika virus and things like that. That's the best thing I can advise right now.
Okay, go get that done.
So you guys go down to letter E, which is the hospital on the Pinebox, and I am pinging it. And about 20 minutes into sitting in there.
The one that's partially funded by the secret organization.
Tell me, is there a white van in the parking lot?
Oh, there's several. But white vans are fairly ubiquitous.
Anyone with a scrape across the back of the door?
Ah, that's a good question. I'm not going to make you roll, because if you take the time to sort of go poke around, yeah, there's none that have that same look. It looked like 3 scratches sort of in a row down the back, and probably about half a foot long, 6 inches, maybe 7 or 8 inches of scrape near the door handle.
That was probably Jackson trying to hold on as they dragged him into the white van.
Poor Jackson.
Poor Jackson.
Gosh, I hope, for Christine's sake, I sure hope he survives. But the anyway, within about 20 minutes, you're seen by a young doctor. Honestly, maybe in his early 30s. He takes notes. The nurses have already taken your vitals and all the other stuff. He goes, well, he says, there's a lot of things that'll bite you out here. It's a little bit strange up where it is. I get what your professor said. He wants a full spread. We don't really have Zika creeping up here quite yet, but I mean, it's worth a check. Do you know if there was like a tick or anything involved? Like we could be looking for Rocky Mountain fever or...
I don't think so. Okay. I have been sweating. I have been sweating though, and
the nurse said your temperature was a little bit up.
Are we in the room with him?
No. But he offers you. He says, "Look, I know where you're from. Not nearly as common. Just give antibiotics, but you got a little bit of a fever. I'm willing to hit it with an antibiotic and see if that comes down. You just need to make sure you take it for the full 2-week run, and then when you're finished, you can come back and we can take another look. Go ahead, Fish."
Okay, so before Andy goes in there, I give him a bit of paper, and it just says, ask for dynamic spectroscopy or spectroscopy, and also run it through the principal PCA.
Okay, so you're going to have to quickly say what those are so that I can
Okay,
adjust.
So basically they need to take bloods, okay? But it's a broad spectrum type of thing, and basically what they'll do is they'll split small samples of his bloods and run it through a spectrum analyzer to see whether or not there's any drugs, pills, venom, that type of thing on it. Then they run it through the principal component analysis, and it should tell them what it's most common to. Okay. All right. So I wanted to interject that before the doctor says all of his things, because if I do it after, then I'm undermining the doctor and I'm going to make him look stupid.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think you can mention that if you would like, Andy, that you've been advised.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
He goes, oh, well, we were definitely going to take...
on campus.
we're definitely going to take a blood sample or two and work that through, but that's a little more than we usually do, but, no problem. Happy to do so. And he takes a couple of notes.
Never seen a doctor so reluctant to run expensive tests.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, okay, here we go. And so within a little bit, they've drawn blood. He's prescribed you a low-grade antibiotic just to see if they can knock out whatever is giving you the fever. And then he says, yeah, stay on that for the full course. And then drop back by when you've finished that, and we'll see how you're doing.
Okay.
Okay.
Anthony, the size of
Yes.
the dart that had the liquid in it, can we gauge roughly how much was in there? I mean, is it 5 mil, 10 mil, 25 mil,
thinking...
a fucking syringe full?
No. You're thinking, oh, man. I mean, I don't know mils. I barely know ounces.
I'm thinking, I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's high dose, small
Teaspoon.
quantity, but very
teaspoon.
powerful.
Yeah, it is.
Like one drop.
Yeah, like a drop of saline dripped in your eye. It would not have been a lot.
Right.
Whatever was in there.
Okay. So I've got my thoughts, like I normally do. I'll wait until Andy comes out.
Oh, you come out. Yeah, I mean, you're already feeling better. You guys can walk down to the pharmacy and they issue you your antibiotics. They issue an antibiotic, and they also issue you Motrin just in case you've got pain from the injection, the site of the bite. So you've got 2 little pill bottles that are ridiculously expensive that your insurance is, of course, paying for. And out you go, and you guys can carry on in Nessie.
Okay. Andy, maybe hold back on the antibiotics and the pills for a little while.
Why?
If it's the farmer, then they might have concocted something that could actually react with a medication that the hospital would actually give you for an insect bite.
If they wanted to poison me, why wouldn't they just poison me?
Maybe they don't want to poison you. Maybe they want to. Maybe they want you to come to the hospital, get the tablets, take the tablets, and then you fall asleep into a deep sleep. In which case, then they bundle you in the back of the van. If you were to drop all of a sudden, and then they picked you up and put you in the back of the van in broad daylight, that's something else, isn't it? I don't think anyone's stupid enough to do that. Not even I would do that.
I love the paranoia. It's phenomenal.
Why are they targeting Andy?
Yeah. But this is the thing, Andy. You're thinking farmer. I'm thinking sweet love. I'm the one who did the hacking. Then I gave you the information. So why are they targeting you and only you? Is it because myself and Grace were somewhere else and surrounded by people, so they couldn't get us? But on the security cameras, I didn't see anyone else. I didn't see them stop to get anyone else in the van. So it was literally like they are just targeting you.
Well, I mean, it's possible that they were. I mean, the van was there for a little while, so maybe it could have been any of us. They could have been just waiting for any of us to go past.
It just so happened to be you.
Could be.
Okay. Well, I've sent the stills to Alvarez.
Yeah.
I haven't told him what's happened to you. That's down to you if you want to tell him.
Oh, Glenn Mack said he's going to tell him.
You can't trust that professor.
he did.
Keep anything to himself, can you? Jesus.
Well, no, that is what he said he was going to do. So, Andy's going to take the pills.
Fair enough.
He's heard what Fisher said, but he's not convinced.
Fair enough.
However, having said
Who's
that,
driving?
yes, there is a danger that he probably best not be the one driving, and ideally he doesn't want to be left alone for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
Just in case he does fall unconscious and.
Absolutely. So
I'm not sure Sarah's going to like it very much if I invite Andy up to the room. So, Fish, that one's on you.
Yeah, and Sarah's talked to you about her
Yeah, he can have
fun
Manny's
time
bunk.
in California. All of that. Yeah, got it. Well, Manny's glad to...
Manny's over with his girlfriend
Manny-
anyway,
Manny-
so...
Manny can. I'll ask Manny if he'll swap
out. Yeah, I mean, easy. So you're in with Fish for the evening. Everything turns out fine. Your sweating goes away. You feel fine. If anything, just maybe a little hungry. And so, you raid their little mini fridge in the middle of the night, and Manny's got some tamales in there, and you can't help yourself, almost just gulp some down. Yum.
And Manny's also got a big giant bag of Cheetos.
And and it is a little bit embarrassing, but you're like, crap, I'll make it up to Manny. Sleep well. And without further ado, I'm gonna do a couple of days forward, unless you guys have something you want to do right now.
Yeah, I want to shine a light in over Andy once an hour to make sure that he's not growing needles, or he's not turning into a porcupine or like a werewolf.
Full moon. You've got to wait for the full moon. Full moon.
Yeah.
That's not going to come out till the full moon. When is the full moon?
Oh, it's 2 days from now.
Yes.
Okay.
I just love throwing stuff at you.
And apart from that, I'm just doing coursework and revision on other things that I'm interested in via a little small USB light kind of thing with a laptop.
Okay. I missed the first thing you said for the USB. You were doing what? You're putting all this information together on that?
No, I was going to be doing my coursework and other
Absolutely.
projects that I'm meddling in and looking for research for other bits and pieces for what I find interesting and all the rest of
Brilliant.
it. So the night gaze for me absolutely fine, and I try not to use the angry keyboard connected to the laptop, so it's a nice quiet one so Andy gets proper sleep.
So 2 days off is Friday night, and your fraternity has a party out at that same lake house.
Oh, that one.
Ooh.
Yes. The one with the zombies from the lake.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Andy, is your head getting smaller?
He's insinuating this. She's insinuating
We're
a shrunken head.
We're going to measure it just in case.
You guys definitely do not have to go to that party. There's plenty of other things you could do. So what do you guys do Friday night?
I want to break into the farmer place and try and find Jackson.
The farmer place? I'm sorry?
Pharmaceutical company.
Pharmaceutical company. Oh, there's 3 different pharmaceutical companies that have popped up like mushrooms at the edge of Pinebox, largely because the county itself, provides tax incentives to bring businesses in. So these companies they've already got the state tax incentives that are high, that are bringing in quite a bit of companies from up north to Texas. And they also are getting some kickbacks from the town. So there's two or three, I'd say there's 3 different companies that have a processing labs out at the edge of town. So you'd have to sort of have a idea of what you're wanting to do.
We'd need to we'd need to check them out first. We couldn't just go in there on all 3.
Maybe we could see if they've got a white van with 3 parallel scratches on the back.
Yeah, I'm going to try and hack their security cameras at the main gate going in.
Okay.
Or a drone. We could try a drone.
Oh, yeah,
drones?
somebody's got a drone.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know where he keeps it though.
In the sorority somewhere, surely.
No, because he was off campus, wasn't he? He was in his own place, so it might be at his.
No, he was in the front house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I delivered it back.
We parked up outside. No, we parked up outside the front house, and you went in. You were in there for ages, chatting to him.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Because you just kept chatting as everybody outside was like jumping up and down in the car.
Yep.
I do remember that.
Uh-huh. The start of the
we
feud.
can go to the frat house and see if the drone's there. But if not, we'll have to go to his house and look upstairs.
So, Christine, see if you can find that name. If not, we will go sort of nameless until we can find the exact person, so that we can be coherent in our delivery of the story. Your frat brother has the drone in his room in a Pelican case. Pelican's a brand, but it's also generic for any of those big black hard plastic cases with foam cutouts on the inside where you can put stuff. But this is actually a genuine Pelican case from the brand thereof. And he says, dude, take care of this.
Do you want to fly it for us?
I mean, I could.
It's for Jackson.
Yeah, if it's for Jackson, man, I'll fly it. Where are we going?
Come on, then.
Denver Dominguez?
Denver Dominguez. That makes sense.
Pledge Master.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he says he's part of the drone club. So, yeah, it's him.
Hey.
Denver Dominguez.
No illegal shit. We're just looking for a white transit van with 3 scratches on the rear doors or door. Can't guarantee the license plate will be legit. Just want to check all 3 farmers out west. So go over the whole area and let's see if we can find the thingy. What range does it have? He tells us. So in which case we can take a slow drive
you got
up.
Tons of range.
Yeah, so we could take a slow ride up and go past all 3, and whilst he's doing whatever he needs to. At least that way, as he's part of the drone club, he'll be in safer hands than with me, Andy, or Grace.
Yep. When they shoot it out of the sky, he can't blame us.
Yep.
No, it's his fault. He should have seen the bullets coming.
Okay. So, I am needing to come up with something for you. I think there is Crulite Industries, Crulite, and I'll put that in there. I thought I would put that in there. Instead, I will just continue doing Control V until it finally comes up. There's Crewlight Industries. I think there's let's see, there's Dun Oil Companies, DUNOIL. Let's see here. What is a... Let's see here. And... let's see here. Last one is going to be... Well, I thought last one was going to be... Worldwell Industries.
Sorry, what was that?
Worldwell Industries.
Worldwell.
Can you type those other two, please?
Worldwell. And I can't remember what the middle one was I said.
Dun
Which is
Oil.
making me angry at myself. Dun Oil. That's right. Oh, yeah. Perfect. So those are the three. It's, I don't know. What time of day do you guys start this effort?
Well, I mean, the thing
how
we
long
don't
were we at
want
the
really
hospital?
is for them to notice. Well, yeah, because it was early afternoon when I got shot.
Yeah, but you meant to sleep
Yeah,
since
it
then.
would be. It would be.
This is
Oh,
2
okay.
days later.
Following day.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, of course. Of course, it
This
is.
is
2 days
Friday.
later. Yeah.
Keep up with it. He's affected by the drugs already.
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the afternoon?
No. I
I
think
mean,
we-
is there
we
any...
would-
Well, I mean, is there...
it's
does that
Friday, and
road-
we'd surely want to do it after kind of the main business closes, if you like. So
Yeah, I would
after
say
6.
so. Yeah.
So from 6 o'clock
At least
through
after
till
5.
maybe 8ish. Yeah, it's got to be.
Okay.
Because we
So-
don't want people sitting in their office and looking out the office window going, "Oh look, there's a drone." Doing.
Yeah, and you've seen the drone. It's not like it's sleek, flat black or anything like that. It's shiny. It even has blinking lights on top of it and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Is what it is.
Okay. The road that goes west down to the 3 pharma companies, does that join up with any other roads later on that could go back through town? Or
Oh yeah, I mean there's a web of roads and back roads, and even out further there's an interstate. I mean there's lots of other accesses.
okay,
Thoughts?
well, I put
Well,
my
ideally,
thoughts
we would
forward.
park up somewhere where we were out of view of the front gates of these companies and their cameras.
So you think from one site you can probably, with the range of this thing, go and look at all of them. Okay.
Sounds good.
So what I would like is, I'd say a group roll, but whoever has the highest investigation type roll, I'm going to ask, you're sort of directing the where to look, and let's get us a roll that we can use to decide these type of things.
Sitting there thinking, "Where's my character sheet gone?" It's like, "Oh yeah, we had to come out of. I had to come out of it, didn't I?" Ooh, la 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 la. There we go.
I'm just wondering how Jackson liked that mustache when they were kissing. Yeah.
Ah,
Okay.
really?
Yeah, but she's a gentlewoman. She took her hat off.
Yes. What am I rolling?
Great.
Sorry, what am I rolling? Am I rolling something here? I can't remember now. It's just so
Yeah, something that
distracted.
doesn't exist.
Well, who? Okay, then
rolling
what do you want to? What is it?
What am I rolling?
Is
Well,
there
9
not
times
a
out of 10,
research?
It would be sort
or-
of like notice.
Oh yeah, there's research. Research. I've got research.
Research?
Let's do research
Research.
because it's more of an investigative type thing. Okay. So outside of both Dunoil and Crew Light, there is a parking garage that's a couple of floors tall. And you guys get, I forgot his name already. Your pledge master,
Denver Dominguez.
Denver Dominguez. He's willing to edge into there, even though the signs on some of the fences around these say no drone zone and things like that. But he pokes in. Each of the companies have a small fleet of vehicles, including some white vans. The problem is they have, at least for Worldwell, is they have parked them nose out with their doors towards the wall. You definitely look around Crew Light and Dunoil and are able to eliminate their fleet that's there, that's not out on the road or going somewhere. You eliminate them as having a van with scratches sitting there. But for Worldwell, there's at least 3 white vans that are parked with their rear up against a wall that he is unable to get at with his camera.
Okay, what about the front? Has the front got license plates on them?
Yes.
Okay, let's have a look at those 3 vans and the license plates.
So he moves it down and across, and I now need a stealth roll because there's somebody that's out walking in the area.
Who's doing the stealth?
Whoever's got the best stealth roll, I'll let you play that.
I got a
D4.
D6.
I have a D6 as well, so
Okay.
Grace,
you got luckier dice than me.
you really?
That's it. He's now jinxed.
You just rolled over for a wild die on your research roll.
Yeah, that's all my luck gone now, though. Okay, I'm rolling. It's not my fault if it's a crap roll.
Spend a penny.
Oh, you got pennies. You got pennies. There you go. You got a roll.
Right.
You got a raise.
Yay!
Very, very good. All right. You evade the person who walks out and gets in a personal car and drives off. And when you say you, Denver does, as you going, oh, look. And he dodges behind. So you have the license plate. It is not the same license plate. None of them are, as what you took a picture of. Okay?
Didn't think it would be.
Yeah, but I mean, they could have changed out the number plates. That's the problem.
It could be little.
If they were using-
You can get little triangle ones that just keep flipping. You push it
Yeah,
over,
yeah.
and it flips.
We've seen those in the movies. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it in the movies.
Or just stick on ones
Flip
that
out.
they just ripped off.
Yep.
You know.
How far away am I from Worldwell?
Right now, physically,
Yes.
quarter mile.
Try
Maybe half mile.
hack their.
I'm going
Trying to
to
do.
see if I can sniff out
Cameras.
their Wi-Fi.
Okay. This is a minus, just a -2 to try and sort of get into their basic Wi-Fi system. Come on, critical fail.
Oops.
As
Why
we all
didn't that
wait for
work?
the roll.
At least I gave you a commentary on why I wasn't rolling. You know, I mean, there was some fun there.
Yeah. I know. Now we're just like,
Sitting here waiting.
don't worry.
Just dead air. That's it.
Rob's
La
going to take
la
care
la
of it.
la.
Oh,
Here we
the D10. Oh, there it is.
Or
No, it's -2.
-2.
-2. Yeah.
Gonna need to spend a penny
Spend a
there.
penny.
Benny's out.
Yay.
This is the critical. Here comes the critical fail.
Hit the roll. Oh, there it is. Whee!
Hey, 9. Okay.
Fish pulls out the bag.
Absolutely. So you gain access to the outer layer of their Wi-Fi. So you have logged in as though you are a employee who has tried to access their system from their personal laptop type of thing.
Yeah.
Encrypted inside. I mean, you can see there's some basic information about the company that you could probably guess about how many people are there. There's some very basic stuff. If you're going to try and go deep, now we start getting into hacking at a much higher level. And you realize very rapidly that this is like government level security. For those of us that actually work with the government, that doesn't sound... That's really funny because it's usually not that good, but it's a step above private security. It'll be a -4 just to try and crack the door and maybe leave a way back in for you to try and get into at some point.
So I'm going to go
And
through
you're really concerned. You're really concerned. You leave footprints.
Yeah, well, maybe we need to get them to come out to us to do anything about this.
Going to try and find the main security gatehouse on the network.
You're trying to get to their camera?
Yeah.
For in and out?
So,
okay.
I need to get to their main hub that
very good.
The gatehouse goes to. That's kind of easy-ish. Then I want to try and find the camera and make sure that it's a security camera, not a webcam. But I can't guarantee that without...
Yeah, this...
trying to go further.
Okay, so this is, once again, this is -4 to get into their security system. If you want to do it fast, like while you're here right now and whatever, this is a -6. If you go back to your dorm and fart around with this because you've got access right now, you figured out a way to hold on to this access. You can poke around at this at your leisure and take it down to a -2.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
So that's how I'm going to play that, is give you a, if you're in a hurry,
as I've got that
smash and grab.
access point, I say to the others, right, I'm in, bring the drone back. Let's go wherever. Okay. And whilst we're driving to wherever, I'm going to write a script.
Okay.
That basically looks at the last 24 hours footage. Okay. And looks at and tries to identify the 3 registration plates that are on the front end of the transits. Okay. And also looking for the license plate that we've got the still of from the day of Andy's tranquilizing. Okay, so basically there's going to be 4 license plates, and I'm just going to organize the script to look back for those 4 license plates and then produce stills front and back, if possible, to be sent to an IP address that's then going to be forwarded to another IP address, that's then going to be forwarded to another IP address, which is then going to be forwarded to Worldwell Industries for in a specific open public folder that I can just pull it straight out of.
Now, the type of program you're talking about is, I mean, those type of things exist to some extent now with parking garages and outside of Tesco and places like that where they're looking for your license plate, they're taking a picture, they're doing all that. So, I mean, it's not beyond the realm of the possible to do that. Sort of reaching out and looking for select ones. Yeah, you can get that set up. And I think that it's going to take a teeny bit of time for you to get a full pullback on that 24 hours as you're putting together the script, you're knocking it out, and you check back every so often to see if the information's been dropped into the folder, and pretty quick you get a faster than you even were expecting. There's information there. The 3 vans with those license plates you've seen going out of town to the west. You do not see any instances of the one that you saw just leaving the campus.
Right, so none of them have got the scratch marks.
Aside from there's something that corroborates your view of it as it was leaving. As far as scratch marks, you're not seeing that. I'm thinking about it. I don't think you see that, but you're at least suspicious of Worldwell at this point, but that's about as far as you get. I love the thought process. I love the investigative abilities that you guys have shown. I think you have taken the 3 companies that I threw out there and at least sort of whittled it down to where you're pushing towards investigating one more than the others. I think that there's another angle there that you guys will go after at some point when you realize it. And but right now, I'd like to focus on later this evening. I think you guys probably are heading to your beds later. I mean, Denver says, hey, I hope that it helped out. You know, you drop them off, blah, blah, blah. Everybody goes home. You walk back across campus. Andy, I think you're probably a little leery about just as you're looking around. But as you get to your dorm room, your roommate's out, and you crash. All right. Here's where we get a little bit different, as even though I know we're heading towards the end of our time. Andy, you know what a panic attack feels like? Can't breathe, heart racing. You stand out of bed. I mean, your heart is racing. You feel like you almost can't get a breath. And it gives you this antsy feel like you just got to get outside. Where you can get out of this stuffy room and just take a big freaking breath of the night air. And I give you a Benny, but here's what happens. You go outside.
Can I spend that Benny to knock on the Bish's door before I go out?
Yes, you may.
To get him to come with me.
Okay, so you bang on his door. Wait. No. Because I'm going to spend my Benny to keep him sleeping.
I don't sleep.
Here's where you wake up. You see the number 1 on the map?
No.
Yep.
No. Right now.
Yeah. Right in the middle of Pinebox.
Crenshaw Woods.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up there naked in the morning.
Naked?
You're slick with yuck, like you've been crawling in mud. there is the body of a young lady next to you that has been chewed up.
Boy.
And that's where we will stop tonight.
Fine. What was it we said about werewolves?
I've literally just written down here next to you, werewolf. Yep.
There's no pulling anything over you guys. But
we've seen enough
interesting.
episodes of Buffy.
Exactly. So we have another problem to deal with. What I will say, Andy, and what I will send to you are some stats that we will keep on hand for
every full moon,
things that you are going to learn, because you actually, this is not 100% bad, in that during the rest of the month, there is going to be a chance that you can control moving into that state, knowing that everything around you gets some danger, but you will have amazing fighting capability. We'll see how this plays out with the investigation of the murder of this young lady.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing.
And so we will pick back up next time right there as Andy tries to decide what the heck to do.
Yeah.
If you got all the way to the end, we appreciate your support. Thank you for watching the NVRA whilst we bring you content of different games. If you like what we have done, please like and subscribe.